crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous and violence against women cannot be overlooked any longer. In 2016, it was reported that 8 in 10 Native women had survived serious violence during their lifetimes. 50% have suffered sexual violence, and 90% of these cases have involved a non-Native perpetrator. I appreciate the recent work that tribal governments have done to shed light on the silent crisis of gender violence and violence against our women that have gone overlooked in Indian country for far too long. Most of all, I thank the Native women who have endured generations of systematic violence, who are 10 times more likely to be murdered and 4 times more likely to be sexually assaulted when compared to the national average. Further exacerbating this issue, the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights Broken Promises report states that crime and victimization in Indian country is caused by the systematic underfunding of tribal law enforcement and criminal justice systems, coupled with pre-existing barriers. In communities with the nation's highest rates of crime that are comparable to dense urban cities like Detroit and Los Angeles, I'm building on legislation like Savannah's Act and VAWA to provide our women with programmatic resources that will expand to urban areas where many Native Americans are frequently overlooked in this silent crisis. My work will also provide resources to families of missing women. Part of redefining who we are starts at home. Last week at the University of New Mexico, the first major public discussion of Pueblo feminism took place during the 20th Annual American Indian Studies Association Conference. During a panel, students described the presence of women and two-spirit people in modern tribal governance. One of the female students said, quote, "I am never going to be a governor or hold a leadership position in my tribe because these are only positions reserved for males." This is probably why Deb Haaland ran for Congress, because she knew she couldn't have political power within our existing system, unquote. I ask, is this the message that we should pass down to our youth? Some tribes continue to practice a European tradition of patriarchal governments that refuse to allow women a seat at the table. As another one of these bright young women said, we are survivors of colonialism, but we don't have to continue to live in it. To the students who organize this discussion to shed light on the issue, thank you for your bravery and your strength. Your leadership is what keeps me moving forward. I see you and I hear you.